Hello, this is Sir Brown. I've set myself a little goal here. Today is the 9th of June, and tomorrow is my daughter, Juliana Jazzy's birthday, and I want to write her a sonnet. So I'm going to write one and talk it through as I'm going, and then I will polish it later, which will take considerably more time. But I have elected to go with a pun at the start, which is to say refrain of love, but only in song, as the title. And that, of course, is to refrain of love. This would be to go away from love, to refrain from it. But only in song, of course, songs have refrains. And I do love a good pun. I hope that is a good pun. So my first thought is, of course, a sonnet 14-line long. I'm probably going to have 3 quatrains and then a couplet. And so my mind is already trying to organize the ethereal thoughts, the thoughts that I don't quite know yet, but they're familiar with in the exercise, about what I'm going to say in 3 different stanzas. The first 2 are going to set up one side of the argument. The third one is going to transition to another perspective, and the last one will wrap up in a couplet with something that I'm hoping will be clever and amusing to talk about my love of my darling daughter. So refrain of love, but only in song. So obviously she's quite a musician. She's got so many friends adore her because she's adorable. She's a darling wife. She is a fantastic mother. Her daughter Phoebe is, of course, the apple of everyone's eye, and they're a marvelous family and make everyone proud that we get to be her friends. So in chorus, because I was talking about friends, well, in choruses, that gives me an extra syllable, because I'm going for 10 syllables a line, of course. In choruses of joy, we each are friends. In choruses of joy, we each. In choruses of joy, we each are friends. 10. Like I can't even count it. In choruses of joy, we each, comma, for a pause, her friends, rejoice. In choruses of joy, we each are friends, rejoice as happy songs come out our hearts. And this each day is common as this. Okay, I need a rhyme with either friends or hearts, and that'll set up the rhyme. Each I'm rhyming friends and ants, which now it's A, B, B, A. So the first and fourth lines rhyme, and the middle 2 rhymes. I'm going to probably keep that throughout the entire poem. Now, this is going to change. That's the beauty of throwing down these words and throwing down the bulk words. As I teach my students, throw out 100 words, and you start forming it. So nothing is set in stone. Refrain of love, but only in song. In choruses of joy, we each, her friends, rejoice as happy songs come out our hearts. And this each day is common as the parts that mark the day and night that each turn ends. Talking about the rotation of the earth, of course. But now, the state, this. Now, sometimes I will make a sonnet so it's more generic. So even though I'm talking about somebody specific, I'll make the terms generic. Just talk about my love of you and how each day is brighter. And so, because I want somebody else to pick this up, that this is, they can give it to their love, and that's part of my job. But this time, I want this sonnet to make specific mention of her. This is her. This is Juliana's sonnet. So I've just mentioned her birthday, 10th of June. But now this date, this 10th of each good June, is here, and now I'm going to do a lot of ear rhymes, because this here is here, and let us cheer this time of year. So lots of internal rhyme. Is here, and let us cheer this time of year. For this day, birthday, if I'm rhyming A, B, B, A, then I'm on the 3rd line, so that has to rhyme with the B line. And then I'm looking for a rhyme that says, rhymes with the year. Year, beer, care. Care would be fine, because it's a slant rhyme. Care and year, it's close enough. For For this day, birthday, Juliana's care. And June comes up with the word boon in my mind. Boon is, of course, boon is, a favor. Do me a boon. May I beg a boon, which is a favor or something. So for this day, birthday, Juliana's care. For all of us, our health and happy boon. So her concentration is not on herself. She's a giving person, a loving person. So she is going to broadcast, I'm having a happy time. I want you to have a happy time because you're my friends and you give me happiness. My family gives me happiness. She is about the family. She's about the community. And I hope that you know something about her. If you don't know her now, at the end of the sonnet, you will have an understanding of that. She is more than the moon. She is the sun. She comes into an event. She comes into a day, and the world is brightened, and your cares are lightened. Oh, look, I just made a rhyme, and such. So, but now this date, this 10th of each good June, is here, and let us cheer this time of year. For this day, birthday, Juliana's care. For all of us, our health and happy boon. For all of us. Okay, I'm going to change that from all of us, comma, to all of us, question mark, for all of us. And the answer is our health and happy boon. And she who is a Dottir, and I'm going to spell it Dottir in the Northlands version, as that's how I spell it when I'm referring to her. And she who is a Dottir. She who is a Dottir, a good wife, and mother too, in the order that those things happen. She who is a Dottir, a good wife. Oops, I made that on one line, putting down and mother too into the next line. I'm using the term skald skill, and in a lot of Nordic poetry, skald is the term for bard, and also they would rhyme consonants a lot. The brave battle boast, the swinging sword, of that type of thing. So I'm just going to allude to that, even though I'm using an Elizabethan sonnet form. I'm going to allude to that skald by bringing in that skald skill, even though it would have been probably in the first half of a. They normally wrote an 8, so 4 and 4, and the double consonant would be in the front. But that's okay. We're just alluding to it. And mother too, she whose skald skill. I'm going to take away whose skald skill, make it with, put in another word with. And she, in mother too, she sings. Something good. Good skald skill. Good. That's good isn't good enough. And mother too, she sings. She blesses. I can make rather than sing. She blesses. Mother too, she blesses with skald skill. And mother too, and the iambic pentameter. And mother too, she blesses with skald skill. Skald skill. Make an extra S. She blesses with skald skills. Make it double S's all around. And also, when you have a difficult word like that, skald's skills, you have to take time to say the words. And when Shakespeare does it, I believe it's because he wants the line to slow down. He doesn't want you to do a tongue twister really quick. He wants you to enrich that sound. And mother too, she blesses with skald skills. Each ear and she who is a Dottir, a good wife and mother too, she blesses with skald skills, each ear and soul. Each ear and soul. Each ear and soul. Each soul and ear. I think I like that better. Each soul and ear that's touched. I know I need to come up with a rhyme soon. Each soul and ear that's touched. That's touched. Each soul and ear that hurts. Now I'm going to change this around a little bit. Each soul and ear that hurts. Okay, and she was a Dottir, a good wife and mother too. She blesses with skald skills each soul and ear that hurts, made whole, and fills our hearts with glad. Or richened Our hearts with glad and better, more rich and life. Our hearts with glad, more rich and better life. We'll get rid of the word and because that's a minor word. Our hearts with glad. What joy. And the term what sometimes is usually can be a question, but also in this type of thing, when you say, shall I compare thee to a summer's day, you're not asking permission. You're saying, I'm going to do this. So, what joy but like a garden. What joy but like a garden is this. I haven't actually used garden analogy, so I guess I could use bard. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll probably tweak it a little bit more, but that gives me the bulk. It gives me the 14 lines that I can work with. I can change it all around. I can reduce, I can reuse. I can flip around rhyme schemes to make it fit. But the first thing I do is get the bulk down so I can then have something to play with.